Hey there, friends and fellow crafters. It's LeeAnn with Fairy Stamper. We are going to be using some stamps and a die, and we're going to get inky. So I'm using some alcohol inks today. I'm using aqua blue. I'm using sailboat blue. I'm using tranquil in the alcohol pearls. And I'm just making a fun ink blended background, just adding a few drops here and there. Oh, and silver metallic mixatives. Then I brought in my blender solution, put some on my little blender brush that I use for my alcohol inks, and just blend it around. And then I come back in with the second layer of colors and just put the colors where I want them. And I do love, it's a mess. It is a hot mess, but I do love the way that it turned out. So now I'm going to clean up my area a little bit, and then we're going to start playing with the stamps. So I'm going to be using Wiggles, which is this adorable jellyfish. I'm using VersaFine Clair in Fantasia as my ink to stamp Wiggles down. That paper is from Fairy Hugs. It is one of the backgrounds, and I just thought it was adorable and perfect for a jellyfish. And so I have decided to heat emboss him with clear embossing powder, which is what you just saw me pour all over this. And then I'm going to heat set it. This pretty pattern paper does take to heat setting quite nicely. And so I really did appreciate that. And I thought the colors in it went really well with the jellyfish as well. However, what you're going to find is that I'm not using this jellyfish with the background that I just made. My original plan was to use the die that I showed briefly at the beginning of the video. That's a jellyfish die. Only I realized that it is not the same jellyfish. So I'm going to make a fun card and then a more toned down card. Both with the same sentiment. The sentiment is number FHS 167 depth. It's not the length of life, but the depth. And so I thought that one went really well. Here you see me cutting down my jellyfish pattern a little bit here. And I did already run the other jellyfish through my vagabond, but he'll be making an appearance shortly. And I do apologize that I'm off screen here with my paper where it's being cut. I am making two mini slimline cards. One is a regular mini slimline. The other one is just a little bit longer than a mini slimline. But fun nonetheless. So now I'm bringing my score pal in so that I can score my card base for the smaller card, because that's the one I hadn't planned on doing. So getting everything cut the way it needs to be cut so that I could put my card together. There we go. Now put that away. And I did bring in a tape runner for this. Usually I do use my Barely Art glue. Decided tape runner was going to be the modus operandi for this because this video has already taken up too much time. I did cut a big section out that included when I realized that the jellyfish didn't match. And then I did speed this up 4 times for your viewing pleasure. And with that, this first card is complete. Now I'm going to bring that alcohol panel back in and slap that down on the card base that I had already prepped. Now I'm bringing my more whimsical jellyfish in, putting some foam dots on the back of that so that I could pop it up on the card base. Worst part of using foam tape is tearing off all those pieces from the back. Alright, now we'll put that little whimsical jellyfish down. Isn't he so cute? And if you really look at the jellyfish in the sun, they do have like a whole rainbow kaleidoscope of colors going. So there we go with the second card. Then I decide, okay, we need to do something else. Bringing in my pearls, and I need that perfect pearl color. I knew what I wanted. I did go with one called Under the Reef, and the other one is called Mermaid Tail. Mermaid Tail I used on the more whimsical jellyfish. Under the Reef I used on the heat embossed jellyfish over on the right. And I will put 5 pearls on each card. And those will be complete. And then I'll just scoop them all back in the little box and start all over again. This I did use my Barely Art glue to put my pearls down. I do love that glue. I really do. And with that, my project's complete. However, what I did decide to do at the last minute was add a couple Google eyes to my more whimsical jellyfish. Thank you for watching and have a great